What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Quid Spell Sports, and today I'm going to be doing a bracketology bracket based on a projected bracket that I saw. I made it, and I'm going to make my picks just so we know where everyone's at in college basketball. These are really fun to make. I did some last year, and you guys really enjoyed them. So we're bringing it back this year. But before we start, I do want to make a disclaimer. So, YouTube made a new thing with streaming, and it's where if you make a video like that it's like made for kids, then you can't see the live chat. So I had two options for my live streams. It was either one, don't age restrict the live stream and don't see the chat, or two, age restrict the live stream and see the chat. Now, you guys voted for age restrict it and see chat. Now, if you have your age set in at YouTube as under 18, it won't let you watch it. So, if you know that you put your age in at YouTube as under 18, top of the description, I have a video for how to change your age on YouTube. So, if you did do that and you want to watch the streams and you need to change your age, top link in the description. Go do that if you want to. So, anyway, I know that's kind of useless. It's not useless, but it's just rambling on about stuff not related to this, but sorry about that. Hope that helps clear everything up. But anyway, let's get into the bracketology picks. All right, so you're going to be seeing this on the far right. I'm sorry for this. There's just a bunch of empty space on the left side. Baylor, Princeton. Taking Baylor. Stanford, Rutgers. Rutgers has actually looked pretty good. I'm going to take Stanford, however, though. Duquesne is a team that's looked very good to start this year. They were like one of the last teams undefeated. I'm actually going to take them to upset Wichita State, even though Wichita State does look really good. That's one of my 5-12s. You got to pick a 5-12. I'm going to pick Seton Hall to beat Colgate. They're currently playing Butler right now as I'm making this video. They're down by 7. Still a very good team, though. Arizona and Liberty. Liberty's 18-1. They've done nothing but win to start the year. I'm going to take them over Nico Mannion and Arizona. Florida State, Georgia State. I'm going to take Georgia State. Iowa and Texas Tech. I wanted to take Texas Tech, but I don't know. Something's just calling to me about Iowa. They've looked like a pretty good team this year, so I'm going to take Iowa. Auburn and Nichols. Auburn is yet to lose, so I'll take them. Duke and Norfolk. Fun fact about Norfolk State, they actually, They beat, who did they beat? They beat Missouri as a 15 seed when Missouri was a number 2. That was a very good Missouri team, and they came in and upset them. Don't think it's going to happen to Duke, though. LSU, the only team to beat Liberty. I'll take them over Houston. I've heard a lot of people say good things about Akron. I'm not sure how true those are, but we're going to take Villanova to beat Akron there. Maryland and William and Mary. I think we're going to take Maryland. Two of the most overrated teams in football, Michigan and Oklahoma. We're going to take Michigan. Dayton and Montana out of the Big Sky. We'll take Dayton. Obi Toppin's really good. Florida and Wisconsin. We're going to take Wisconsin out of the Big Ten. I'm telling you that the Big Ten is probably one of the deepest probably the deepest conference like ever in college basketball. That's how good the Big Ten is. They're really good. West Virginia and Charlotte. We'll take West Virginia. They're probably the most underrated team for me. They're actually really good. I like West Virginia's chances in the NCAA tournament. That's for you, James. Over here, we have our number 1 seed Butler taking on UC Riverside. I think we'll take Butler there. Indiana and BYU. BYU's actually a pretty solid team. I like their chances in here, but Indiana's really been really good. I really think they should be ranked in maybe a 6 seed as opposed to an 8. Ohio State, Virginia. Ohio State's been looking bad as of late. They lost to Minnesota. They lost to who else? They lost to Maryland. They lost to Indiana too. Like I said, they should be higher. They're not looking too good. Virginia lost to Syracuse, but I still think Virginia's a very good team that is underrated. I think they should be way higher than a 12. They should be like an 8. I'll take Virginia. Kentucky and Stony Brook, we're going to take Kentucky. Arkansas and VCU, I don't really know much about Arkansas. And I know VCU is a very solid team, but I just don't know enough about Arkansas to pick them. And I know VCU is really good, so we'll take VCU. Michigan State facing Alabama's toughest opponent in football, Western Carolina. We'll take Michigan State. Memphis and Purdue, even without James Wiseman, Memphis is still a very good team. We'll take them. Kansas and Murray State, we're going to take Kansas. Gonzaga and Quinnipiac. Fun fact about Quinnipiac, their hockey team was like god tier. They're so good. We'll take Gonzaga, though. Illinois, Marquette. Illinois, another very good Big Ten team flying under the radar. I'll take them. Another upset here. I like New Mexico State. This team has been very good in... What conference are they in? They're not in the Mountain West. I can't remember what conference they're in, but they're really good. They don't lose a lot. We'll take them. Louisville and Cole Adams University. I'll take Louisville. Northern Iowa. They're 14-2 in the Missouri Valley Conference, and this team has been known for their upsets in the past. They beat Kansas in previous years. They beat Texas on a buzzer beater that one time. Should have beat Texas A&M, but blew like a 10-point lead in 20 seconds. But Northern Iowa's still a very solid team. I'll take them to beat Creighton. Winthrop at Oregon. Winthrop's actually a pretty solid team. I think they beat St. Mary's earlier in the year. Oh my God, please focus. There we go. Oh my God, we're getting... Oh, the glare. The glare. That should be better. I got to take Oregon. St. Mary's and Penn State. Penn State's another good Big Ten team flying under the radar. I just don't know if they're really that good. I really like St. Mary's sort of, I guess, defensive style of play. We'll take that. And San Diego State, a team that hasn't lost yet this year. Them and Auburn are the two last undefeated teams. I like the momentum they got rolling. Give me the Aztecs to be our last winner in the first round. All right, next we have Baylor and Stanford. I'm going to be taking Baylor in this one. They upset Kansas, and they're looking like a very, very good team. I think they might be the number one team in the nation, if you ask me. They embarrassed Kansas at their home floor, so I'm going to take them. Seton Hall, Duquesne. I think Duquesne's magical run comes to an end. I'm sorry the lighting is just awful. I apologize for that. I think Baylor ends up beating Seton Hall. I think they're really one of the better teams in this bracket. Liberty, Florida State, I'm actually going to go with a little bit of a Cinderella here. I think Liberty's a really good team that can get it done. They got it done last year against Mississippi State and then almost beat... Who'd they play? Oh my God, who'd they play? They played someone and almost beat them in the second round. I think that they're better this year and they get over the hump there. I think Auburn beats Iowa, and then I think Liberty's Cinderella run eventually comes to an end to the hands of Auburn. Let me get around the Final Four there. Duke and LSU. I do think Duke ends up winning that. Villanova, Maryland, that'd be a very good game. I'll take Maryland, though, and then I have Duke beating Maryland. I really think Duke, it might be the team to beat. Michigan, Dayton, I really like Obi Toppin. He's a really solid player. I think he can win a game single-handedly on his own. So I'm going to take Dayton to win that one. West Virginia, I think, will beat Wisconsin, and I think Dayton eventually wills their way to the Elite Eight. I really like their chances there. They play good basketball there at Dayton, Ohio, so I really think that they're a team to watch out for out of the Atlantic 10. Watch a game of them. Try to catch a Dayton game or some Atlantic 10 games if you have a chance. I think Butler ends up beating Indiana. The whole state of Indiana would be watching that game. Trust me, I live there. I think that Virginia is vastly underranked. That's why I have them beating Kentucky and Butler. They won it last year. They still have a lot of the same people. They still got Diakite. They still have, what's the other guy? Kihei Clark. They still have a lot of good players from that championship team. They just been through a little bit of a rough patch, and this bracket's basically just been disrespecting them. And I'm not really sure how good Butler is. They're looking very good right now against Seton Hall, but I don't know. I made this before the game started, so I really think that Virginia can get this win. I think they're a team that's done it in the past as of last year, and I think they'll get that done. I think Michigan State can beat VCU there. I like their high-powered offense. I am a Michigan State fan, if you guys did not know, so no bias, I promise. Nah, you guys aren't going to believe that. Kansas, I think, will end up beating Memphis. I think they're still good without James Wiseman, but they're not good enough to beat Kansas. And the reason I have Michigan State beating Kansas in a fantastic Sweet 16 matchup this would be is Kansas turns the ball over a lot. And Michigan State scores a lot of points off turnovers when it comes to fast breaks and stuff. That's where I think Kansas's main weakness is. That's why I'm going to take Michigan State to beat them there. Last region over here. I'm sorry. I'm going to have... Oh, my God. My fan's on. That's why the thing's blowing. I'm going to have Gonzaga beat Illinois. I'm going to have Louisville beat the Cinderella New Mexico State. I'm actually going to have Louisville beat Gonzaga. I'm not really sure how good Gonzaga is. They beat North Carolina, but North Carolina's not even in the bracket. That's a shocker. When North Carolina isn't even in the bracket, the team that... I think they had the most Final Four appearances, I know. I don't know. But Louisville's impressed me with Jordan Morris, Stephen Enoch, Sutton, and Cunningham have been very good players. McMahon's also really good. I'm going to take Louisville there. I think Northern Iowa is a team to be reckoned with. I really think they shoot the three very well. Mountain West Conference, that's where Loyola came from. I really like Northern Iowa. They've done it in the past before. They have a great program there. And Oregon has looked good but not great this year. I really think Northern Iowa can come in and get that win. I like the momentum San Diego State has, and that's why I think they'll beat St. Mary's and eventually take down Northern Iowa. It's just because I like teams where it's just winning is a habit. You like teams where just they win a lot. I know that sounds real corny, but for a small conference, if you get into a roll, it's hard for teams to stop you. I'm thinking San Diego State to make the Elite Eight. Sorry, Elite Eight. Baylor, Auburn, Duke, Dayton, San Diego State, Louisville, Michigan State, and Virginia. Baylor And Auburn, I really like the momentum that Auburn's been carrying. Same thing I said about San Diego State applies right to Auburn. I really like just the momentum they've been carrying with. Haven't lost a game since the Final Four to Virginia. They really shouldn't have even lost that game. As you probably saw down here, I'm taking Duke to beat Dayton. I really think that they're still a strong team, and I don't think Obi Toppin could lead his entire team over Duke. So I really think Duke's going to win that one. Down here, I like San Diego State's momentum. I like teams that like win streak. Teams that are on a win streak, they're hard to stop. I've been on a team that's been on a win streak before, and those teams are just a force to be reckoned with. Lastly over here, I'm actually going to go with an upset because Michigan State has struggled against stout defensive teams like Purdue. They got embarrassed by Purdue, who's a very good defensive team, especially at Mackey. I think Virginia's pack line defense stifles Michigan State, and we eventually get down here to our Final Four. This shadow is really making me mad. I'm going to fix that for next time. Auburn, Duke, Virginia, San Diego State. Like I said, the reason I'm picking Duke to beat Auburn, because Auburn hasn't really beaten anyone, I guess. Whereas Duke has lost to Stephen F. Austin and Clemson as of last night. However, they've beaten a lot better of teams. Like, they beat Michigan State. They have some really good quality wins of their schedule. That's why I'm taking Duke. The reason I'm taking San Diego State over Virginia is because no double-digit seed has ever made the championship game. The lowest seed to ever make the Final Four was, I think, a 12 seed, and they lost in the first round of the Final Four. And the same reason I said Duke's going to beat Auburn is the same reason I think Duke's going to beat San Diego State. Because San Diego State really hasn't beaten anyone good. They're on a huge win streak, which is why I think they'll make it this far. But I eventually think that Duke's just going to be the better team. And I have the Duke Blue Devils as my first Bracketology pick champions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do you guys want this to become like a weekly thing? It's not going to be daily, I'll tell you that. Weekly thing, a monthly thing, a bi-weekly thing. I don't know. Let me know in the comments who you think will win. Be sure to, if you are sure that you put your age as under 18 on YouTube and you want to hang out on the streams, because they're really fun. Going to be streaming a lot for the end of the season. Make sure you click the link at the top of the description to change your age if you're interested in that. I promise you we're not going to be doing any stuff that you won't need to see. It's just talking about basketball. So, love you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.